In this video, we're going to talk about the Violator's wildest ride yet. Yeah, I chose that name because this comic book is a wild ride right here. Alrighty then, this is a comic book review of The Violator Origins, issue number 3, brought to you by RatedComics. Let's get to it. Now, previously in The Violator's own voice, he says, man, this story is just getting better by the issue, isn't it? And for the first 2 issues, I agree with that. Do you? Just when you think you know what's going to happen, blam! You get slapped in the face with an axe by a giant Viking spawn. And yes, he smelled exactly like you would think he smelled. But now, we're getting to the good parts. So settle in, enjoy, because he's got some good and classy narration for you. So we begin this issue with Ashes to Ashes in Paris 1349 AD. Now, to paraphrase Charles Dickens, it was the worst of times. See, the Violator's been around for a while, so he calls himself classy. But this is during the Black Plague. A lot of deaths, and the Violator is warning these fragile humans the creator chose over us are much easier to control than those, I presume. So he calls the humans fragile because this plague is just making them drop like flies, literally speaking. And he's just wondering what the heck, you know, why the creator chose them over us. Now, he's still going through the whole struggles of being casted out of heaven through his own questioning, but that's what he did, but he doesn't see it that way. So this lady goes up to the Violator in his new disguise form. Is like, Monsieur, do you have any aid for the desperate women? Are you speaking to me? Says the Violator in disguise. My lord, only kindness would be, I am speaking to you. And he's like, the only kindness I have for you is a quicker death at the end of my cane. He's like, mercy, please, mercy. Now he's wondering that maybe he's being too harsh on these humans because he calls them profoundly stupid creatures, but he sees something from his eye, and it's a Hellspawn. Really fitting for the times over here. And he's wondering, what the heck are they doing here? And he doesn't know what they want, but the 5 of them versus him? Oh, he likes that odds right there, so he's ready for a fight. But that girl that he kicked to the curb when she asked for help, she's like, you deny the pleas of a dying child? What kind of monster are you? And the Violator's like, what kind of monster I am? You filthy urchin, for you, I am the angel of death. And the Violator just kicks the girl literally to the curb, or into the water, that is, or into the sludge. I don't know if it's water at that point, if we're talking about 1349 AD during the Black Plague. But now she messed up his suit, and he's pissed that this child tore the skin suit, and he actually liked that suit. Now he's pissed, and he's looking to fight all 5 Hellspawns. But then he sees 3 nuns approaching from the distance, and the nuns are like, Hellspawn, you dare show your faces here? And the Hellspawns are like, we do, Seraphim. Then you will bear the consequences of these. Seraphim emerge from the nun outfits and they go to war. Angels and these abominations. And Violator's like, okay, this is rich. They aren't after me after all. So I'm in the middle, get front row seat to this war. And the Hellspawns are like, we will bring your heads to our masters. And they go out and they unleash their Hellspawn chains. So this battle is going out, and Violator's like, should I even be here right now? You got falling swords, all this battle ensuing, and it's not even on my account. I don't even know if Violator's mad at that because he likes to be the center of all destruction, or if he's just more intrigued at this point, like, what the heck could they be fighting over that has nothing to do with me? But either way, he's like, they can't have all the fun. He takes his sword, clever creator, and he's wondering, so now he's more unworthy now that he's been cast aside. So he picks up the sword and he's ready to use it right now. So Gloriana's like, what manner of man are you? Oh, I am no man, I am. And she calls him by his original name in the Violator issue number 1 before he became the Violator, Baziel. And that pisses him off. What am I doing saving Gloriana? His once soul share. Yeah, he saved her life right now. So he calls himself a full boss. Before he calls himself by his birth name, he corrects himself by calling him by his other name, Violator. So now these Hellspawn chains are going up against him, and he's like, you think these chains scare me? I created them. Your bastard ruler stole them from me. So he takes the chain and just tosses that Hellspawn aside, all right? Violator's like, come on, man, don't be trying me with something that I helped create too. So now he's wondering, this has gotten complicated quickly, and this could be dealt with later, but he needs to get up out of there. But before he can get up out of there, a Hellspawn attacks him, And the Violator in his human form just stops him and tells him, your devotion to your leader is admirable, but fatal. And he just rips the Hellspawn's head straight from its place right there. Die! I can see the Violator, like, as savage as he is, he's having way too much fun doing this. Now, before the Violator does whatever he's about to do, Gloriana is like, don't do a Violator. Don't do what? But before she can say anything and fill in what we want to know, what I want to know, and what the Violator wanted to know too, Hellspawn comes in and tackles her. And Violator's like, why would I not do it? I mean, she would end me as soon as she looks at me. And yet, he's actually facing a moral quandary, like saving her, not doing it, not killing what he wants to kill, not doing what he's gonna do. So this Hellspawn that has his head ripped off is like, Violator, burn! And Violator realizes, oh, for F's sake, man, he's gonna. So he, with his head decapitated, he still unleashes a fury. And it's not that fire can hurt the Violator because he could withstand that. But the thing is that human skin is so flammable that he needs to escape this mess and gather his thoughts. So he runs into the streets and goes into the streets and he jumps off the bridge into the slush to cool himself down. And he was like, damn, that Monsieur skin served him well, but he will miss it. But in the middle of the ocean, while he's just gathering his thoughts, if you will, he needs to get another piece of skin. And he hates skin shopping. But come on now, Violator, you know skin shopping could be so much fun. But he's been spotted when he emerges from the water by the angels and they want to destroy him. And he takes that, goes underneath the water and has to find a place to duck into cover and hide. So he can't waltz into the streets looking like this because humans are so fragile, they'll be terrified. So he sees something dark and frightening from the corner of his eyes and he's like, ooh, I like that. But he faces his moral quandary again. Gloriana is here in Paris and he must process that quickly. He had forgotten about her completely since the war in heaven, but with just a glance, memories traverse the millennia since, and he is torn about it. But is he torn? Is he not torn? He's debating that. She chose the creator. She cast me aside like an afterthought. He's referencing the events in issue number 1. She means nothing to me, less than nothing. Enough of that. Let's find me a new suit. Who will be my lucky donor? And at the junkyard, he's like, oh, these people look hardy and stupid. And this guy drinking his fill sees the Violator, not knowing that it's the Violator from the corner of his eye. And the Violator's like, come here. Care to lend me a hand? And come on now, I guess the brother hasn't seen that movie It, like Georgie. Oh, Georgie, come to the no. I ain't go. If we saw that in real life, nope, I am running the other way. So the guy's like, how'd you get there? Are you injured? And the Violator's like, only spiritually, and takes him, brings him down to the sewer, and gets changed. Not a perfect fit, but hey, this one must make do. So he walks the streets, bumps into a kid, and tells the kid, you have best look where you leap, or who knows what manner of horror you could face. And the kid does exactly what any kid would do, pisses himself in the streets. So Violator is just kind of amused by that, leans over and tells the kid boo. And he's like, children are such a delight to scare. So he wonders, why are both Hellspawn and the angels here? They were surprised to see him as he was to see them. But if not coming after the Violator, then what is their plan? It's been so long since I had a good riddle to solve. And one of the Hellspawns is taking, I don't know, these leeches out of this guy's back. And he turns around like, I smell the Violator. He is here. He is somewhere. Do I summon my brothers? Not yet. I look into this castle and I must be certain that he's here. And the Violator is like, did you really think you could sneak up on me? Have you not listened to the tales Lucifer spins about me in his putrid kingdom? You should know better. And the Hellspawn's like, oh, come on, Violator. You do not scare me, traitor. Well, I should. And the Violator is like, yo, man, I've faced you guys plenty of times. You guys are no match. I know this suit better than you because I created that suit. Your confidence is adorable. But you never stood a chance as he rips his arms out from where they stand, or where they're placed, if you want to call it that. And the Violator's like, speak, little demon. Why are you here? What does your master want from me? We are not here for you, says the Hellspawn. And the Seraphim, what mischief are they up to? That is why we were sent here, says the Hellspawn, to foil whatever mission their creator sent them on, but we know not their true plan. Please, I have answered your queries. Have mercy. And the Violator's like, okay, I'll consider it. I've made up my mind. I mean, that is an intriguing story, incredibly vague information. Like, you're just here to foil their plans, but you don't know what they're doing? It sounds about right, and the Violator struggles with that. So he sits, and the Violator's like, so Gloriana is leading an Earthside secret mission. The Spawn may not have been here for me, but I am not sure about the Seraphim. Time to do what I do best and be a fly in the ointment. Find them first in their little hidey hole and bring them pain. But first, he needs another suit. And he sees that woman as another victim, and he just goes shopping and makes a transaction, if you will, if you want to call it that. And he rocks a suit. And he's like, oh, the female of this species is fit different now. So many moving parts. Not entirely unpleasant, though. Do I look pretty? I know, twisted human here, but hey, you know, he feels the Hellspawn's following him, but he doesn't mind that. The more, the merrier. So as he's walking down in disguise of the streets, these guys are like, how much for the three of us, my lady? Oh, you're a fiery one. I am many things, old boy. A soft caress and a weapon of torture. Not the little death you were hoping for, eh? He's going on a shopping spree at the same time he's going on the killing spree too. And the Violator realizes, damn, I must learn some self-control here, right? So after that public display, he must get rid of the body. And just when he was getting used to it, and he says to himself, note to self, he must try another woman's suit sometime, as he gracefully exits the suit, if you want to call it that. So the Violator is like, this foul city is immense. No way to find Gloriana on these streets. So he takes a higher vantage point to survey the cityscape, and he is disappointed because he was hoping for a bit of a challenge, like a mental gymnastic challenge, to find these angels. But the angels are so literal because they're hiding in the cathedral. Of course they will be in the cathedral. So the Violator goes there, and in there we see Gloriana just kind of thinking to herself that she's a loyal soldier and has been since the dawn of time. She never questioned the creator's motives, yet something feels amiss. Why was she chosen for this mission? Did he send her here to test her devotion? Did he send her here because he knew that she would find the Violator? Or did he want Gloriana to see Bazio? And why would the creator, now before she can piece this together or at least put out all the data out there, a hand goes on her shoulder and she gets pissed like, I am the general in his army, unhand me or face his righteous judgment. I am. And she's like, wait a minute, hold up, Romeo, what are you doing here? And Romeo's like, your reflexes are as sharp as ever, General. Perhaps you might want to retract your blade. And she's like, apologies, brother. I am awash in emotions and it clouds my vision right now. Perhaps these rains can cool my burning sword right now. And Romeo's like, you judge yourself too harshly, my general. The creator would not have given you anything that you cannot deal with. And she's like, well, thank you for your words, but I need a moment. So she goes down. She's like, how many times will I be called upon to show my fealty? Will this be the creator's little game with me across eternity? I must bury such thinking deeply. I have my duty and that is enough. Questioning the creators leads to the fate of Bazio. No. What does he call himself now? Well, now she knows what he calls himself. The Violator. She reminds him that. And Violator is up on top, looking down on her from above. Gloriana, he whispers. And she's like, who goes there? Now I am jumping at the shadows. Enough for this. He hides in the shadows, but he also disappears with the strike of a lightning. So she wonders, she's just going to go back with the other angels right now. So Violator goes in, infiltrates, and he's like, 1, 2, 3, I count. Do I simply destroy them or torture them first? I agree, torture first. Forget your shared past, Violator. Gloriana certainly will kill him when she has a chance. So these angels are like, something's not right. And the angels are like, I sense nothing. And Gloriana's like, no, I sense something. Gather your weapons and stand ready. I know not what is coming, but I do know it is not good. So Violator's like, oh, but it'll be enjoyable for me. So he blows out all the candles, creates darkness in the room. Just as expected, the Hellspawns are there. And he supposed he could let them fight it out and let it work it out. And he just goes at the survivors and have fresh pickings on them. But that would be amusing to watch. He could do that, but who is he kidding? He wants to have some fun too, and he breathes out fire, and the angels are like, we are under siege. Smash them like bugs beneath your heel. And the Hellspawns are like, brave words, Seraphim, but I sense a tremor in your voice, almost as if you know your fate this evening. For the creator, the angels go in for the attack. And Violator is like, okay, this is very familiar. Like, they're fighting over something, but what is it? So does he wait? Does he jump in? What does he do? And before he can decide on that, the decision is made for him. Gloriana's like, Bazio, you! And Violator's like, oh, Gloriana, what is it now? And the Hellspawns are like, that's it, outcast. Distract the angels. When I bring her head to Lucifer, I will be celebrated. So he does his magical necroplasm powers and creates these chains from the ground to drag her down to Lucifer. And the Violator is like, oh no, I can't do this. Just remember, Spawn, you made me do this. You did this to my first soulmate right here, if you want to call it that. And the Hellspawn's like, what are you talking about? He takes a sword and just decapitates, slices the Hellspawn's head clean off. And Violator's like, you talk too much. Here, Gloriana, let me help you untangle you. Why are you aiding me, says Gloriana. Not from the goodness of my heart, I have saved your life, and you are in my debt. Do not follow me, and perhaps I will call us even. And Gloriana's like, okay, I understand. Do not come looking for me. And he leaves and goes away. And the angel tells Gloriana they are gone, General, as is the last piece of the Violator's heart. Damn you, Creator, says the Violator, for reminding me what you took from me. And damn me for somehow still caring, as he's in an isolated, undisclosed location, venting out his frustration. Wasn't that a wild ride? Or was that the Violator's wildest ride yet? Angels and Hellspawns duking it out, not on behalf of Violator, but what mission do they have? He likes the mischief, but he also feels a little hurt that the mischief is not on his account. He likes to be in control. He likes to be at the center of it all. But what you guys think of the comic book? Comment below, let me know. And also link in description if you wish to add this comic book and or any of our other limited print Rated Comics exclusives to add to your comic book collection. Support the art, support the industry. With all that being said, thank you again for watching. Until next time.